Okay, yeah, okay. Woke up and just recognized that God still hates me. I said a couple weeks ago, I don't feel like God really likes poor people that much because how? How are people out here struggling to pay bills, to make enough money to just have food on the table when there are some people who literally have to be born the right sperm to feed generations? When literally it took one person out of their family to set them up for life. That is the Kardashians to me. If I was his favorite, I would be little True Thompson. I would be little Stormy Jenner. I would be little whatever the heck Kylie's son's name is. I would have been one of those little girls, boys. Anyway, so recently I went through a change in my life that made me very stressed out and anxious and just made me feel like literally I know that little True Thompson, little Stormy Jenner, little whoever the heck born into generational wealth will never experience this feeling, and that's just so incredibly unfair. So I talked about it in this podcast that I have called In This Moment. So this is kind of like a little podcast announcement. If you want to hear from me in a more real way about things that aren't YouTube, I like to make YouTube videos, but sometimes I want to talk about more than YouTube things that are going to get me clicks. So I'm going to be talking about real life things. They're going to be based in casual and monumental topics around pop culture and life, but they're just going to be a much more unfiltered view. So if you want, please follow it. Please pin it. Please rate it. Please tell a friend about it. Unless we know each other IRL and you're talking about somebody else who I know IRL. Whatever. I was going to make a podcast when I had a bigger audience, when I was going to launch a Patreon, but I truly just felt like let's just start it now and we can continue it and build our audience as YouTube audience grows, Anybody who's going to be listening to the episodes are going to be called the Bliss Click. So if you want to join the Bliss Click, let me know and just follow the pod. And we can talk about why I was born a Kardashian. We're going to be talking to my husband, doing little pillow talks. And they're always going to be unedited because I just don't have the time. I'll be very burnt out if I edit them or do anything crazy to them. And yeah, it'll be kind of a very comfort listen. It'll be something you can just pop in, listen to for max 15 to 20 minutes. I hope it's not going to be that long, but it'll be a casual little pod that'll probably be posted maybe 2 times a week. Thank you in advance, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever time of day it is. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Hello. So something that I missed is just, first of all, this is the podcast mic that I'm going to be using. How quality is this? Also, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more personally as opposed to me being fake comedian. I really like the fact that I, as a regular person, can just post whatever the heck I want, and that there are some people that have identified with it and have let me know that they find it to be valuable, because at the beginning and end of this day, in this moment, all I am is just a girl going through a normal human experience, sharing that. And the fact that there are people that let me know that they can identify with it is just so incredibly healing and amazing. Also, I did want to say, I did have an old podcast in 2020 when everybody and their mama was podcasting, because I was like, you know what, I kind of want to share my thoughts and things that I find valuable, and I think maybe some people will like it. And that was good for the time, the time being. If you want to know a little bit about me in my early 20s and me in college and quarantine and the things that I felt were important then, that's a good podcast to listen to if you're confused as to who the heck I am and why I make any sort of content. But also, if you are somebody who is an adoptee, I talk about adoption a decent amount. If you are somebody who's in an interracial relationship, I talk about me and my husband's interracial relationship. If you have anything in common with me as an adoptee who moved around a lot, who's a girl but also an Americanized immigrant, but if also you're not and you simply just want to be entertained, I recommend that podcast. But this podcast is me now talking about the things that are currently affecting me. And then I also have a video talking about everything you need to know about me in this moment podcast. I had this one comment that I saw that it was incredibly valuable that I just wanted to share. Somebody through one of my YouTube videos found my podcast and comment and gave me a review that I only just now have seen, and I appreciate it so much. It was a comment talking about my Let Me Be Angry video, which is a video where I rant about the fact that I don't know how to express anger and about how it makes me angry that when women get angry, well, not all, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like the trend is that if I get angry, especially as a black woman, I'm looked at at a certain way. Like, it matters how I'm perceived to be angry. So I just like have not expressed anger that well. And somebody let me know that they found a lot of value in it. And I just want to say, it just means so much. Like, it just means so much to be seen and connected with that. That's it's even though I have like a tiny audience, and I still appreciate so much that people see the things that I do and affirm them. Thank you so much. If you're going to listen, if you're not going to listen, nobody's going to force you to. I don't blame you for not listening. Some podcasts are not in people's taste. Podcasts sometimes are not for everyone. My husband literally cannot stand to sit down and listen to a pod. So I don't mind if you skip out on this. But if you do, please let me know that you listened. Okay. Bye.